5/3 plus 49 over 36. Now we've got to get the denominators on the right side to be the same. So we're just going to multiply the top and the bottom of the first term by 12. So that's going to get us 60 over 36 plus 49 over 36, which is going to equal 109 over 36. So again, it's going to be x minus 7 over 6 squared equals 109 over 36. So we're going to square root each side. We're going to square root each side. And we're going to get x minus 7 over 6 equals plus or minus the square root of 109 over the square root of 36. So x is going to equal 7 over 6. We're going to add 7/6 to each side, plus or minus the square root of 109 divided by the square root of 36 is 6. Okay? And that is our final answer. Okay, moving on. Okay, next question, number 14. 3x squared plus 7x minus 9, or equals negative 9. Step 1, divide every term by 3. So I'm going to get x squared plus 7/3 x equals negative 3. Again, I divided everything by 3 to get my a term to be 1. Now, over here, my b term equals 7 over 3. So my b over 2 term is going to be 7 over 6. And that squared will be 49 over 36. So we're going to add 49 over 36 to each side of the equation, again, to complete the square. So my left side is going to be factored form of a perfect square trinomial is x plus the b over 2 value, which is x plus 7 over 6 squared. My right side is going to be 49 over 36 minus, to get that to be the next term to be with a denominator of 36. Can't talk. Multiply the top and bottom by 36, so that's going to be negative 108 over 36, which that's going to give us a negative 59 over 36. So let's rewrite it over here so we have a little bit of room. So I have x plus 7 over 6 squared equals negative 59 over 36. We know we're going to have to square root each side. So I'm going to get 7, or x plus 7 over 6 equals plus or minus the square root of negative 59 over the square root of 36. So I know x is going to equal negative 7 over 6. All I did was subtract 7/6 each side of the equation, plus or minus. Okay, the negative square root of 59. To get rid of the negative sign, I can pull out an I. And then so it's I square root of 59, and the square root of 36 is 6. So looking at 59, I don't see any perfect squares we can pull out of it. So my answer is x equals negative 7/6 plus or minus I times the square root of 59 all over 6. Number 15 now. Rewrite the equation in vertex form. So we're just going to complete the square. So just a little bit of work over here. Our b value is 10, so our b over 2 value is 5, and our b over 2 value squared is 25. So what do we need to add to this equation to make it 25? So y equals x squared plus 10x, and we'll do it the way the book did it so it makes sense to you guys. And over a little bit farther to the right, we're going to put plus 16. What do we need to add to make the left side a perfect square? We need to add 25. Well, if I add 25 to this equation on the right side. To keep it balanced, I need to subtract 25. Okay, what is in parentheses now is a perfect square trinomial, so I can rewrite that as y equals x plus my b over 2 value, which is 5, squared. The right side, I just add 16 minus 25. Sum those together, I'm going to get negative 9. So my answer is y equals, in parentheses, x plus 5 squared minus 9. Okay, look at 16 now. Same concept. First step, though, I've got to multiply everything by the reciprocal of the a value, which is 5/3. So I'm going to rewrite this as 5/3 y, and we'll deal with that in just a second, equals x squared, okay, 30 times 5/3. Let's do the math up here in red. 5/3, 5/3, so you can see those cancel. 5/3, that's going to cancel, so that's going to be 50x. And multiply this by 5/3 as well. Okay. Which doesn't look like that's going to go into 5/3 well, so that's okay. We'll just have a really big number. 1910 over 3. All right. Love big numbers. Plus 1910 over 3. Okay, what is my b value in all this mess? My b value is now 50. So what's my b over 2 value? 25. What is that squared? 25 times 25, I believe, is 625. So again, to complete the square, I have 5 over 3y equals x squared plus 50x, we're going to leave a space, and over here plus 1910 over 30. What do I need to add to complete the square? I need to add the b over 2 value squared, so I need to add 625. So if I add 625 over here to the left side of the term, on the same side of the equation I need to subtract 625. Okay, so we're going to get 5 over 3y equals, that's a perfect square trinomial now, so x plus 25 squared plus whatever this highlighted mess over here is. So let's look at it. So I have a fraction, I have a denominator of 3, so I need to multiply 625 by 3 over 3. That's going to give me 1910 minus, let's see, 5, 7, 1875, all over 3. So that's going to be plus, do the math real quick, 25, 35, 35 over 3. Okay, but I'm not done yet. I'm not done. I got to multiply everything by that reciprocal of y, which happens to be 3/5. So I multiply every term by 3/5. Alright, so on the left side they cancel, so I just get y equals 3 over 5 x plus 25 squared. The 3 cancels there. The 35 and the 5 cancel to 7, so plus 7. So my answer is y equals 3/5 in parentheses x plus 25 squared plus 7. Okay, so that works. And again, you can double check your a values from the initial equation to the one you ended to make sure it matches, and it does. All right, number 17, use the quadratic formula to solve the equation. First step, make sure it's in standard form. My a value is 5, my b value is 9, and my c value is -2. So the quadratic function is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that's going to be -9 plus or minus the square root, that'd be 81, minus 4 times a times c. Well, a times c is -10, so it's going to be -40. So 81 minus -40, or plus 40, all over 2a. which 2 times a in this case is 10. So I'm going to get negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 121 all over 10. Well, square root of 121 is 11, so that's going to be negative 9 plus or minus 11 over 10. So let's look at our answers. So negative 9 plus 11 is 2. So one of my answers is going to be 2 over 10. The other answer is going to be negative 9 minus 11 would be negative 20 over 10. So that would be negative 20 over 10. Can both of those be simplified? Absolutely. So my answers are now going to be 1/5 or negative 2. Again, make sure you get your units right. I'll do the next one a little bit more detail for you. All right, number 18. Here we go. Get our A, B, and C values correct. Our A value is negative 2, our B value is 1, our C value is 8. So I got negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared, which is 1, minus 4 times A times C all over 2 times A. So that's going to be negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 8 times 8 would be 64, so plus 64 all over negative 4. Okay, so the next step, all right, is to rewrite this is negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 65 all over negative 4. So I could rewrite this as 1/4 plus or minus the square root of 65 over 4. The negative sign goes away on the left because a negative times a negative is a positive. It goes away on the right because it's plus or minus. Okay, 19. My A value is 4, my B value is negative 1, and my C value is 3. So again, I'm going to rewrite it right here for a reason. Negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Negative B would be positive 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 times 4 times 3 all over 2A, which would be 8. So that's going to be 1/8 plus or minus some mess. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16, or let's go 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 4 is 48. So it's going to be 1 minus 48, so it's going to be the square root of negative 47. Okay, so this is going to end up being 1/8 plus or minus I square root of 47 over 8. Okay? Okay, last question. Determine the type and number of solutions of this equation. All right, well, how do we determine the type and number of solutions? Well, it goes to the discriminant. The discriminant is what's underneath the square root sign. So the discriminant's B squared minus 4AC. All right, and if the discriminant is positive, there's 2 real solutions. If it is 0, there's 1 real. And if it's negative, there's 0 real. Okay, so let's look. So I need to know what B squared minus 4AC is. Okay, my B value is negative 3. My A value is negative 4. My C value is 7. So B squared would be negative 3 squared. That'd be 9. Minus 4. My A value is negative 4. My C value is 7. So I know it's going to be a positive number right now. I don't even need to really go any further. The reason I know it's going to be positive is because it's going to be 9 plus 4 times 7. So it's positive. Being positive, I know there's going to be 2 real solutions. That's all we need to do for that one. Just find out if the discriminant is real, or positive, 0, or negative. So there's 2 real. So that's the answer to number 20. All right. I hope that helps. That is the 20-question review for the test.